Greetings. Welcome to this video. My name is Wa, and I am a student of life. And I share these videos to help others on their journey. So, I just had my solar return not too long ago, my birthday, and one of the things that has been coming through for me is having patience. Patience with unfavorable situations, patience with balancing out and healing the cause and effect of past actions and current actions. It has been some challenging lessons indeed. But what I'm learning from it is that these challenges are opportunities for me to better myself, become a better person, and really embody see my little do-rag. I'm gonna turn off my alarm. Really embody more patience and grace with others as they go through their healing work as well. So, how do I get through these challenges that are really just opportunities for me to better myself? By acknowledging that I am a co-creator in my reality along with Source, the Most High God. Acknowledging the aspect of cause and effect. Acknowledging that this is my manifestation. Acknowledging that my actions created this situation. Acknowledging my complete and full role in whatever it is that is going on. And also being able to be in the awareness of each moment and knowing when I'm out of balance and being real with that. Because some people, they'll be having a tantrum and they'll be like, no, I'm not. No. Or they'll be incorrect and they'll be like, no, I'm not. Or the spirits that say they subscribe to will be incorrect and they'll be like, no, we correct. So that's what I noticed for me that is pivotal, critical, vital in growth is acknowledgement of truth, acknowledgement of role, of your place in the situation. And that's basically one of the things that has been assisting me, as well as breathing through it, for sure. Breathing through it, acknowledgement of truth, acknowledgement of manifestation and choices and cause and effect, and being loving and patient with self as much as possible through these opportunities for growth, aka challenges, aka your manifestation. So I can laugh about it now, but I was crying about it last week. So, and that's just the bottom line. Sometimes people experience things and they're like, oof, that was the worst. They think that they could never experience anything worse than that experience that they're coining as worse in their mind until they deal with the cause and effect of some other set of actions that were set into place prior. And then they got to deal with a whole nother set or a whole nother reality or a whole nother definition of what worse is, like a nightmare. So that's what I've been learning, y'all. And like I said, I'm a student of life, growing and doing my best to learn from my situations and become a better person. And I share these videos to help others do the same. A lot of people be in denial about their experiences and what they're going through, and they always want to cast the blame on other people, and that stops their growth. As soon as they start harboring a negative energy or emotion about another individual's free will and the way that they chose to present themselves in a situation, it's okay to acknowledge when somebody was salty instead of sweet. But everything always comes back to self. How did I create this situation? What did I do? It's like somebody literally walking down the street and remembering that they were supposed to do something and going back and then seeing a bad accident that happened right where they were just supposed to be if they had not listened to that intuition and went back and got what they were supposed to get. Now, let's switch it. Somebody not listening to the intuition, doing what they know they wasn't supposed to do, and then getting caught up all in the shit. And as we know, it's real easy for people to step into some shit, but it's real hard to get that out of the cracks of their shoes. So it's real easy for people to create karma or to just make a choice that leads to other things, other effects that they have to balance out. I was thinking about this analogy that I read before about a pair of white clothes and how they get stained and how hard it is. Now I know people be like, oh, they bleach it or whatever, but the literature that I was reading was really impactful because it was talking about, it was basically comparing the white clothes to the soul and how easy, or excuse me, pardon me, how challenging it is for people to get the stains out of white clothes. Like, you're trying to make me listen to a commercial, excuse me. How easy it is for, what am I talking about? Oh, how challenging it is to get out the stains. And this resonated with me because like I like white clothes, but I was always like, oh my God, anything gets on there, it's like so hard to get it out. You know, you gotta try to bleach it and clean it, bleach it, and it's just like all this drama. So basically the literature was comparing that to the soul and how much work people have to put in when they dirty their soul, or how much work people have to put in when they make decisions that impact them negatively. So that's what I am learning, how to become a masterful student of life. And I'm wishing everyone out there lots of awareness of self, awareness of the role that you play in the reality that you have created, as well as love and patience with yourself as you clear and heal and balance out these challenges, opportunities to become better and more masterful. And for those out there lying to self about their situations or other people's situations, hey, everybody has choices. But one of the things that I've been noticing is that because of people's impatience or sometimes just ignorance, they can make connections with beings that are just false. They give false information, and they also are misleading. they don't give proper guidance. And a lot of times there's some good with some bad, some really, gifted people out there try to make the world a better place. But even sometimes these people are misguided by some of the beings that they have allowed to guide them. So always honor yourself by honoring the truth that you know inside of you, because there's people out there that will try to rewrite somebody else's story, rewrite their destiny. And there's some people that are so victimized in their psyche and in their mentality that they will accept somebody else's lie. Not today, not never. Somebody tried to tell me something that their spirit guide said happened to me. And I'm like, no, that's not accurate. Your spirit guide is incorrect. And then they didn't want to talk to me no more. Hey, that's okay. How to lose incorrect guides. So, anyhow, people, honor yourself. Honor what's true to you. Just because people have certain levels of gifts and knowledge doesn't make them correct about everything. And don't let nobody rewrite your story. If they come in with some incorrect information, then you need to correct them politely and kindly, and always with the sweetness, because I came with the sweetness. I wasn't salty about it. I was like, that's just false. What I think was happening was, I even tried to help them out. Like, oh, what I think was happening was, but then they decided to still be ignorant and stuck on what they were stuck on, because that's the thing. When people make these connections with these beings, they'll trust them over a living person that's in the flesh. Man. Out here in these spiritual streets, enjoy your journey and be as graceful as possible with all people, whether you think they're imposters or misguided or whatever. Because at the end of the day, what we put out comes back to us. So we always want to put out as much love as possible. And that's why I decided to be sweet and not salty, because there was no reason for me to be salty, because I was correct. I know my story. Somebody can't say, oh, when you were 6 years old, this happened. Actually, it didn't. You're thinking of somebody else. And I think I know who you're talking about because I'm connected to this person, but that wasn't me. So instead of being a humble and being and choosing enlightenment and growth, this person decided to say, no, you don't know your story. That's not happening. And then a weak person, unfortunately, or God forgive me for saying weak, but a person that is in a victimized mentality would actually accept that and actually allow that person to plant that story on their story and change their story. And all love and light, people, don't let people do that to you. And if you're out there experiencing challenges, aka opportunities to become a better being, make sure that you breathe and acknowledge the power that you have in every moment to continue to create and be as graceful and as loving as possible with self and others. I know in some situations that are like a nightmare and very traumatic, it can be very difficult to maintain peace. But a beautiful, wise goddess told me that it's all about staying peaceful in the middle of chaos. She used the word, I think it was equanimity or equanimity, and I had to look it up because, she's intelligent. I had to look it up and get him in a dictionary and be like, what is that word she using? And it meant peace. And I was like, man, if that ain't the lesson, for real. And that's what's been coming through for me at the beginning of this new year, this new rotation around the universe. How many years have I been on the planet? Your first eye got to be open to know that. Some people that got their first eye open still don't know that. I'm being bratty jokey, but anyways, Yes. I didn't lose. No, I didn't lose it. I'm gonna find it. The brain never stops working on what you were talking about if you forgot it. And my grandma was like, she's always talking about how her memory isn't what she wants it to be. And we were watching something together this past weekend, and she was like, she remembered something before I did, and I was like, see, your memory's good. And a lot of times we are looking at ourselves in such a negative way based off of the things that are not right. And that's what I mean. That's what I mean about being gentle and graceful and loving with self as much as possible. I know it can be hard at sometimes, especially when the mistake or the choices made create such a negative or unfavorable situation. We can look at self with so much disappointment and disgust. Like, I can't believe you did that. Can't believe your choices led to this. And that's just not helpful. Yes, of course, it is very beneficial to acknowledge role and choice and how you created this manifestation that you're dealing with right now. But that's to acknowledge and be aware and grow. No need to knock oneself out and just stay stuck in this self disapproval, because that's not going to help create the next better moments. That's not going to create more love and more compassion and more healing. It is like somebody literally just expecting to heal themselves while they're socking themselves in the face, or expecting to heal a wound while, picking at it. Like, I got a scab right now on my knee because I did something stupid on the skateboard. And, it would be like me just picking the scab off, but this time I'm trying to heal it. And a lot of times, us beings, I've seen in myself and in others make the mistake of thinking that we're healing something when we're just making it worse, because it's the journey, it's the learning process. We're students of life. The key is to keep learning, keep growing, and not feel so bad about it. I know it can be really, really, really hard to not feel bad about it sometimes, but what is one gonna do? Just wallow in it and just give up and just say, oh man, this is the most terrible thing. I can't believe that I did this, and I can't believe it's like this right now. And then just that's it. That's the end of the story. The failure and the loss. No, absolutely not. So everybody has to pick themselves up. Everybody has to pick themselves up and breathe and get through the challenge and the opportunity with the breath and the love and the compassion for self and others, and just take all these opportunities for healing and mastery. And that is what I wanted to share in this video. Wishing everybody lots of success in their life coursework. This has been a pleasure, and if you feel called to, please share this message with the world. And thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful day.